They found me on a Tuesday at 7:14 a.m. by a man walking his golden retriever, Gus, near Blackwater Lake. It was Gus who sensed something wrong by the reeds. My red jacket was the first thing they saw, a bright tear in the gray morning. I'd been in the lake for 10 days, the world moving on while I drifted in cold silence. The divers found me tangled in tree roots 12 feet down. The coroner said I died early Saturday, June 20th, 2025. 10 days ago, but it felt like a lifetime. When they pulled me out, my face was turned to the sky I used to watch for constellations with my dad. My hair, my mom's favorite, fanned out in the water, tangled with silt and leaves. I wore Zoe's red jacket, the one she'd later cry about as if it could have saved me. News spread fast in our small town. Body of missing teen Cassandra Miller, found in Blackwater Lake. Suddenly, I was a headline, a story, a mystery for strangers to solve. They didn't know me, my crooked smile, my loud laugh, my fear of spiders. They only knew the girl from the lake, the one who didn't come home. I became the dead girl underwater. My life reduced to a rumor and a news alert, and the world kept spinning without me. It started with a text. Party at the lake. Tom will be there. From Zoe, of course. I told my parents I was staying at her house, a lie we'd perfected. I snuck out my window, the night air sharp and full of promise. The party was what you'd expect. Bonfire, music, faces lit by firelight and phone screens. Tom was there, laughing with friends. He waved, and for a moment, everything felt possible. Zoe handed me a drink, and we talked about school, summer, Tom. She thought we'd be perfect together. I wasn't so sure. Later, Tom and I talked by the water, away from the noise. He told me I looked nice. My cheeks burned. The night blurred. Drinks, maybe something else. I argued with Zoe, something stupid. Tom's arm around me felt comforting and heavy at once. My last clear memory, standing alone near the old dock. Music distant, the moon gone behind clouds. The air turned cold. I felt watched. The party faded behind me and I was alone with the lake. I wish I'd gone home. But I stayed, drawn to the water's edge. That's where everything changed. The night swallowed me whole. And no one saw what happened next. Only the lake knows. Only I remember. For 2 days, I was just missing. My parents called the police when I didn't answer. Zoe lied, said I left her house after a fight. My face was everywhere. Flyers, social media, news alerts. Search parties combed the woods, calling my name. From the water, I watched, silent and unseen. The media arrived. News vans, reporters, interviews with my grieving parents and friends. The story grew. The missing honor student, the vanished girl. Rumors spread. Runaway, abduction, drugs. Everyone had a theory. Everyone dissected my life. My last night became a public puzzle. My secrets exposed. People who never knew me became experts on my story. They turned my life into a spectacle, a cautionary tale. But none of them knew the truth. None of them were there. I was a ghost before I was found. And the real story slipped further away. The police started with Zoe, my best friend, the last to see me alive. Her story changed under pressure. She finally admitted we were at the party, that we argued, and I walked off alone. Tom was next. Nervous, hands fidgeting, he said we talked. I seemed out of it, and he left me by the bonfire. His friends backed him up. A neat alibi. But Tom had scratches on his arm. He blamed his dog. Dozens of kids were interviewed, stories blurred by alcohol and fear. Some said I argued with Tom. Others said I was with Zoe. A few mentioned Mr. Abernathy, our English teacher, who came to complain about the noise. He denied seeing me, but a girl swore she saw us talking by the woods. The detectives tried to piece it together, but the threads tangled. Who was lying? Who was protecting themselves? Every answer led to more questions. My last night was rebuilt from broken memories. The truth twisted, lost in the retelling. The picture they painted was a distortion. No one really knew what happened. The real story slipped through their fingers, and I was left behind. Forensics searched for answers my friends couldn't give. Cause of death, drowning, water in my lungs, diatoms matching the lake. I died in the water, not before, but there was a fresh contusion on my head, accident or attack. Science couldn't say. Alcohol in my blood over the legal limit, trace ketamine, a party drug. I don't remember taking it. Did someone give it to me? Did I take it myself? Another mystery. Under my fingernails, skin cells, male, too degraded for a match. A single blue wool fiber, matching no one's clothes. The evidence was a puzzle with missing pieces. The facts: head injury, drowning, alcohol, drugs, foreign DNA, but no clear narrative. The science gave them possibilities, not answers. The truth stayed hidden, just out of reach. My story was still a question. The lake kept its secrets, and I remained unsolved. Everyone had a theory, each pointing to someone different. Tom, the almost boyfriend, the scratches, the temper. But no evidence. Zoe, my best friend, her story shifting, jealousy simmering. But violence? Unthinkable, yet possible. Mr. Abernathy, the teacher by the lake, rumors swirling but nothing found. The faceless boys at the party, drugs, chaos, a stranger's mistake. The skin under my nails belonged to a man, but the party was full of them. Anyone could have followed me to the dock. Every reflection was a suspect, none proven. Theories multiplied, but the truth stayed hidden. The town needed a villain, but the evidence led nowhere. I became a story with too many endings. The real one lost in the noise, and I was left as a question mark. Months passed, the news vans left, the flyers faded, the investigation went cold, my case filed under Unsolved. My story became a local legend, a warning whispered to new kids. My parents' lives split in two, before and after. My room stayed untouched, a museum of what was lost. My mom still talks to me. My dad's silence is heavier than words. There's no closure, just a hole that never fills. I became another headline, another cautionary tale. Girls like me, reduced to our final moments, our dreams forgotten. Society consumes our stories, then moves on. I remain, a ghost in Zoe's guilt, a shadow in Tom's past, a sorrow in my parents' hearts. Maybe one day, the truth will surface. Maybe not. All that's left is this narrative, proof I was here. Before I was the girl in the water, I was Cassie. And I remember everything.